Ben, do you want to start us off?
July. Hi Ronald.
Hello.
Hi there. Before we get on to talk about Crystal Palace, just ask you about Ilya. This is a guy who obviously began his football in Holland, and he recruited from Holland, with great success. Do teams in the Premier League overlook the Dutch leagues to their cost? Is there good talent in Holland?
There is enough talent in Holland, and we know that the Dutch league is not the best league in Europe, but young players can develop themselves to play every weekend. What young players need to play every weekend, and there's not the same pressure for football players, young players, than maybe in the Premier League. But we have a fantastic school in Holland about young players, but sometimes that player is not at the moment maybe good enough because he needs more experience, or he needs to play more, or maybe he's too young. Some young players, I think, go too fast outside of Holland. But okay, that's the business. But we have enough talent in Holland, and important is that they know the way. For example, how I like to play with the team, and that makes it more easier for myself. But it makes more easier for the player as well, and that's in the case of Ilya, because I think if you have that kind of football player, you have to put him in the best position, and then he needs confidence, and then he needs to play to take and to get that rhythm what he missed in the last few months.
Do you have your eyes on, I'm not expecting you to give me names, but do you have eyes on a number of players in Holland at the moment? It's January after all.
Yes, I have. Not now for the winter break, but for next season, of course. Because it's one of the philosophy of the club to work with young players. And there are enough good young ones in Holland, and normally they speak very fast the language. They have Dutch people are involved in to adapt in a fast way to the country and to all the things in the Premier League, and you have to give them the chance. But and I know the players, and I think that sometimes makes a difference. Then you're more sure about the player who you like to have in your team.
Well, you've got a Premier League side, obviously, in the fourth round in Crystal Palace. What do you make of what Alan Pardew has done there? And the fact they came from 2-0 down last weekend to win it, that says a lot about them, doesn't it?
Yeah, that means that they have a spirit in the team, that they have the confidence. I think they have a great start. I think the first one was normally an easy FA Cup round for them. But the first victory in the Premier League came against Tottenham Hotspur, and that, I think, gave everybody the confidence. I think they now at the moment more difficult to beat than in the Christmas Boxing Day. And they have some new players, and they have a new manager. A new manager means always maybe some changes in a tactical or organization in the team. And I think the manager is more happy than he was before, and that's important.
How are you going to approach this game then, Ronald? Because obviously third in the Premier League now, a top four finish is being talked about. It's tangible. What's more important to you? Is a top four finish far more important than the FA Cup?
Now, if I have to make a decision before the last game in the league, of course, the Premier League is the most important. But I believe in winning, and that's the best medicine to keep going. And I'm lucky. I don't have a lot of numbers of players to think about to make changes, because still the players who wasn't available in the last week, they still not available for this weekend. That means that we have 17, 18 players, and of that 17, 18 players we have already 5 or 6 under 21 players. There's no time and no reason to think about to make changes, and we will put the most strongest team that we can put.
Strong side, because you want to keep this winning mentality.
Yeah,
this momentum.
yeah. I think we had some days off this week. We didn't play during the week. The players are back in a good freshness, and in a mental way, I think the players are very strong, because we are winning, and we had a great week last week with very good results in difficult games, and we like to go on.
Lastly from me, if you could just then clarify the injury situation, those that are still out, and how far off they might be from coming back.
I think Toby Alderweireld, Victor Wanyama and Morgan Schneiderlin. I think I will come back in 2 weeks, around 2 weeks. And okay, then we have the players who are acting in the Asia Cup and the Africa Cup. That means that in 3 weeks we have our full squad available.
I know I seem to ask this every week, but how's Joe Rodriguez's recovery coming along? Have you got an idea what
It's going well, but he's still not close to the group, and that means that he needs more time.
There's been a lot of speculation about Daniel Osvaldo, where he might end up. I know he's on a season-long loan away from the club, but as the club's most expensive player ever, he's still got vested interest. Do you know what his situation is at the moment?
No. Only what I can say is that he's for 1 season on loan, and we expect that it is for till the end of the season, and after that we have to speak about it.
You spoke about Jack Paul's contract the other week. Has there been any further progression with that? Any signing?
No. We're still waiting about the answer of Jack, and we like to know it next week.
Is it important that you know what his plans are?
Of course, because that makes plans for the future, for next seasons. If Jack likes to stay, I'm very happy. If he likes to move, then that means that we need another midfield player.
How much of your preparation for a game is about your team, and how much about the opposition? And if it's a significant amount about the opposition, how difficult does it make it when they've had a change of manager and perhaps change their style and so on?
No, we try to analyze always our opponent, and of course, if they change the manager, they changed maybe the system. They start out of a 4-4-2 system against Burnley, but after the 2-0, 2-1 down, they changed a little bit the system. They have some new players, but the most important are we self, because I believe in our organization, and there you need some sessions for to prepare yourself. And okay, we have always attentions to the opponents, but we are more important than our opponent, and of course systems of our opponents makes sometimes difficulties for us. We have to prepare ourselves in that way, and but still the best and the most important is our team.
Will it be completely different to when Alan Pardew last came to St Mary's with Newcastle? Are there similarities there?
No, I think it will be different for the manager Pardew, because I think he is more happy what he is doing now than what he did before. And okay, it was a difficult afternoon for him. But I think the team now of Crystal Palace is a good team with a different spirit what they had maybe 2 months ago, and it's a new situation, and you can't compare the game what we had against Newcastle and what we will have this Saturday.
Just finally, I saw you've been linked with John Guidetti. Is that an easy link because you've worked with him in the past, or is there any truth in it?
No, there's nothing serious in that, and then okay, maybe it's about that I worked with Guidetti one season in Feyenoord, but at the moment we are not looking for another attacker. No.
Thank you.